Hello, digital duelists. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a very long time since I made one of these "How cheap is it?" videos, but I'm going back on the train because I do enjoy making market content and talking about money and cards and more money. I do like that. So today we're going to talk about how cheap is it to build Diaboromon in BT17. Honestly, it's a good tier 2 deck. If you get a turn 3 Diaboromon out, like this one with a bunch of blockers, you're doing pretty alright, honestly, against most things. You can win games with Diaboromon. You can do well with Diaboromon. Like, this is the first time I've been able to say that since BT1. So that's pretty cool. How cheap is it to build? Let's find out in today's video. And if you guys enjoy this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And turn notification on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all of these amazing Digimon videos go live. So we start here with the Sumomon egg from BT17. That's pretty much the one you should play now. If this on deletion of it had an identify trade, get a memory. That's fine, whatever. Play this one, play the draw one, whatever floats your boat. But I played this one, and we'll just call it a bulk common at 25 cents, even though it's an uncommon, it's 9 cents. So it's probably fine. Could probably pick this up for $1. Quick disclaimer. Yes, just like last time, I will cover more than 50 cards in your main deck, just like you buy a playset of this is what it's going to cost, and that's just how it's going to go, and then you can adjust it by if you need to, whatever. And if you miss the boat, shop around, maybe you find some cheaper deals somewhere else, all that kind of stuff. It's not a concrete 100% this is the price you will pay for all these cards guide, as things could literally change within 24 hours, but it is meant to be a good, like, fair assessment of what you'll be paying. But anyway, let's move on to the rookies here. Caramon from BT1 here, $5.61 plus the shipping here. Basically, it's a $7 rare. We'll split it. I think is the way to go here. We'll call it just $6.50 for 4. Again, just an approximated number. Might be a little bit lower, might be a little bit higher. Do what you can do here. Then you have Caramon BT17. It's just a common. Let's just say you're playing, you want to buy 4 of it because it's a common, who cares? Then that's fine. You just spend your 25 cents for each, and it's $1 for the playset. Same here goes for Caramon from EX06. Same kind of principle here. Very, very cheap card. It's in a bulk common, and maybe you'll play 3 or 4 of it. I play 11 rookies in my Diaboromon deck. 3 of one of the other ones. I think 3 of the BT17 one, but not a big deal. Buy a playset of each. Be happy. Be healthy. That's fine. All right. Kurisarimon from Battle of Omni. This is the one that plays Errata when you evolve. Also Inheritable Rush. Definitely grab 4 copies of this one because you never know when it'll come in handy. Once again, though, it's just like, I'm just going to copy this down here, honestly, because it's going to be the same thing for the next Kurisarimon, which is the EX06 one. Now, you're probably not playing 4 of this, honestly, but we'll just say you're going to buy 4 of it, because why not? It's already there. It's $1. I don't think $1 will make or break you. I think I play 1 to 2 of this, depending on how I feel. Seems fine to me, honestly. And lastly here, the Kurisari one from BT1 is actually a $5 common. $5 uncommon, sorry. So you know what? That's not what I wanted to do at all. It's just a $5 one. You gotta play 4 of it because memory gain is not once per turn, so like it's actually incredible. That's fine. So, $5 times 4. That's okay. Cool? Alright, we're cool. So far, it's not so bad. It's the BT1 stuff that's currently costing you the most money right now. That's okay. Infamons. Again, we're just going to assume you'll just buy 4 of each Infamon here because they're cheap. Why not? This is the BT17 one. You might play up to 4 copies of it, so whatever. $1 for a playset is probably fair. And same with this one. Though this one seems to be a little bit on the pricier side. We'll call it 50 cents. We'll call it 50 cents just for the high rolling. Maybe you can't find them for less than 50 cents per card plus shipping, whatever. Okay, fine. Whatever. This is the best Infamon anyway. You definitely do pay for this one. Now we move on to the level 6s. Diaboromon. So if you're playing the Doomsday Clock version of this deck, you might play up to 4 copies of this card. Now, you might not play the Doomsday Clock version of this deck. Some people do not like the Doomsday Clock version of this deck. I'm actually a really big fan of the Doomsday Clock version. So, assuming you're like me and you're cool, we'll just leave it at $1 rare, approximately with shipping, and you'll buy the playset because why not? It's $1 rare. This Diaboromon, though, this one might break your bank a little bit because you gotta have 4 of this one. You have to. You have to. I don't want to be that guy, but you have to have 4 of this one. It's just so good. It just makes a token at start your main phase or when evolving. When you play a Digimon, you have to have a vintage evolving effect. You get jamming and blocker. There's just so many things to do with the tokens, and it just makes so many tokens by itself. This card's incredible, honestly. 22, 25 times 4. There's no way around it. If you want to play Diaboromon, you have to buy 4 copies of this card. Like, you don't have a choice. Sorry to be that guy, but you don't. Lastly is Diaboromon Ace. This is the cheaper variant of the card right now, and as you can see here, it's $23. $23.50. A little more expensive than this EX06 one. Now, this card is also very good. This is the Diaboromon you tend to cut on if you're playing the Doomsday Clock version. You will not play 4 copies of this card. But if you are not playing Doomsday Clock version, you are probably going to play 3 to 4 copies of this card. So, we're just going to assume, for the sake of putting the price out there, maximum spending, we'll say you're going to buy 4 copies of this card. Again, if you don't plan on it, you can obviously adjust it. You can do the math in your head yourself or budget it yourself. You can do that. It's not a big deal. Finally, let's talk about some level 7s. Both Armageddonmons are like, we're going to call them dollar rares. Both the BT5 one and the BT17 one, because they're both pretty cheap. And, you don't play 4. You do not play 4 copies of these cards. You play like 2 at most of any of them. So, there you go. We'll just leave it at that. Deck space is really tight. Alright. Now we head into Tamers and the options to wrap up this. Arata, you need 4 copies of this card. With shipping, it's basically $2 a rare, $2 per rare. So we're gonna call it $2 a rare. Obviously, you need 4. I do see people playing 1 singular copy of Izzy Azumi here, just because it's a memory tamer. If you want it, buy the 1 copy for $1 and call it a day. That's probably fine, honestly. Some people are a big fan of playing Black Memory Boost in their Diaboromon decks, and just for simplicity, again, it's $1 rare. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Defense Training. We cannot call this $1 rare. We can call this a $6 card, though, and some people, I have seen people play 4 copies of this card. So, if you are one of those people, we're just going to max out on the budget right now. 4 copies a card, $24. And that's just going to be the end of it. If you don't want to play 4 copies, you can adjust your budget a little bit. And finally is the Doomsday Clock, which is just a bulk uncommon here. And the way it's looking, it's 25 cents a copy at 4 copies. And that's your total. That is your total. That's it. If you would like to spend the maximum amount of money on the lowest rarity Diaboromon deck, it's going to cost you $283 USD right now if you were to buy everything. Again, you might not buy anything. Like, let's say you decide to only buy 2 Diaboromon Aces and, like, 2 Defense Trainings. Well, all of a sudden, you're down to $224, right? So, there's lots you can do here. I think that the unavoidables are the EX06 Diaboromon, the BT1 Kusarimon, and the BT1 Karamon. I think you cannot play the deck without 4 copies of those cards. That's how it goes. Now, if we want to have the max rarity conversation about this card, this deck, luckily, this deck has no lottery cards, so you can max rarity this deck for a reasonable price. First of all, I'm surprised by how far this card's dropped. It's basically even cheaper. Oh, that's crazy, actually. Huh. Oh, that's okay. Someone listed some very cheap ones. Okay, once it's gone, it's worth it. Whatever. Anyway. Very, very, very not much more expensive to full art those Diaboromon Aces. This Diaboromon is the max rated EX06 one. It's basically $11 to $12 more. That's not that bad, honestly. Another $50 gets you a playset of max rarity, so yeah, that's not too bad at all. If we're talking about Caramon here, we have what? Like, this is the max rarity of the winner pack. It's $9 a copy, not too much more than $6.50 per copy. Again, not much more expensive. Full art erratas, you might be paying a pretty penny because those are $20 a piece almost. So those, and then Armageddonmon's max rarity, I think those aren't too bad. Yeah, not really that bad. If you want to play BT17 one, then yeah, you're paying $12 more for a max rarity one. So honestly, depending on your choices, it might cost you anywhere from another $150 to $200 to max rarity Diaboromon. So honestly, $500 for a max rarity deck, that's tier 2, and a lot of fun to play, honestly, it's not that bad. Like, it's really, really not that bad. And, you know, throw in applicable pre-release stamps where you can, add a little bit more value. Maybe it's a little bit above $500. But that's still not terrible. And you'll have a good time playing Diaboromon until it gets, like, phased out. But what we learned about Diaboromon support is that it's resilient. There's been no real Diaboromon support since BT5. We got sprinkles with Diaboromon Ace, and then EX06 hit us hard, and then BT17 gave us the Doomsday Clock. Diaboromon is a fan-favorite anime villain. The support is not going anywhere. So you're likely to get good return on your dollar if you just buy the stuff now anyway. So I'll leave you with that message of positivity. Honestly, give the deck a shot. Buy it if you want to. If you don't want to, then that's fine. Sell your cards. It's a good time to do it. What do you guys think? Want to see more of these? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!